afternoon, distinguished guests, all protocols duly observed and respected, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nahgon Lisa Paul Sama, a Cameroonian and first-year medical student at the Catholic University of Cameroon, Bamenda. I come here today as someone who lives with asthma. For me, this is not just science or policy, it's personal, it's my life. I am honored to be the Freedom to Breathe ambassador at APILAV. So I am very honored to represent both the Global Climate and Health Summit as well as the promotion of youth leadership, advocacy, and volunteerism Cameroon. The global burden of asthma. As we can see on this slide, asthma affects over 260 million people globally. But what we don't see here are the fears, the tears, and the interrupted childhood behind the numbers. Behind every statistic is a child, like me, which gasping for air, a moment that should have been filled with laughter. The burden of asthma in Cameroon. Here, the burden of asthma in Cameroon is even more painful. The slide highlights that many people in our country still cook with firewood, charcoal, and live in areas with waste, poor ventilation, and waste smoke. And it shows that the prevalence of asthma is more common in adults, between the year 13 to 14. The impact of poor indoor air pollution on vulnerable groups. This takes me back. As you can see, a woman cooking with firewood, children playing beside West burning site. This is where I grew up. I was only 5 years old when I had my first asthma attack. It was a normal sunny day. I was playing with my siblings, carefree, and then suddenly I started feeling like I was suffocating. I couldn't breathe. I remember the panic in my mother's eyes, the fear in my siblings, and they saw me struggle for my breath. This is when I realized how fragile life could be just because of the air I was breathing. And this slide just highlights the facts that how the rate at which we use fossil fuel, solid fuel for cooking, and the rate is from 70 to 95 in Cameroon just there. So you can really see how high air pollution is in Cameroon. Why clean air indoors and outdoors? This slide has a real question. Why clean air? Because clean air is the foundation of health. It's a difference between a happy childhood and one spent in the hospital. But where I grew up, our house was filled with fumes from the kitchen. Outside was filled with waste and trash burning, and also fumes from vehicles. And I'm not alone. Millions of children live with asthma. Asthma stole my health, my freedom, and my confidence. And cleaner air means that our lungs, our heart, and our brains can function better. Unfortunately, some of the air indoors around us is polluted. What can a medical student and health professional do? This slide gives me hope because I'm becoming part of the solution. I am currently studying general medicine at the Catholic University of Cameroon, Bamenda, and I aspire to specialize in pediatrics or chest medicine, depending on the opportunities I get. I don't want to just treat asthma. I want to prevent it. I want to advocate for clean air as a right. I want to influence policies, teach families. And as a future health professional, we have to improve on the use of air quality index education, promote the use of face masks and proper ventilation, and as well as push the government to protect indoor air as it protects water. Some clean energy sources for low and middle income countries. This slide shows what can change everything: clean energy. The use of liquefied petroleum gas stove, biogas stove, electric cookers, solar. All these are not impossible solutions. They are available, but for some, they are still unaffordable. Until clean energy becomes available for everyone, indoor pollution will continue to affect the most vulnerable. Some clean energy sources for Cameroon. This is the clean energy source we mostly use in Cameroon: gas, some electric plates, and so this slide just shows what we use in our country. What is the Cameroon government doing? In 2016, the Cameroon government introduced a powerful vision, a national liquefied petroleum gas plan to help 58% of households switch to liquid petroleum gas by 2030. It promised to save 23,000 lives and help 18 million of the population. But as we all know, plans don't save life, implementation does. But what went wrong with the Cameroon plan? The rate of death dropped just from 15,400 to 12,100 between the years 2010 to 2019. That is just 13,300 lives saved in almost a decade. It's not enough when millions of people still breathe this polluted air. What can we do to make sure we have clean air for climate, health, and system? We have to act now. We have to teach families, implement clean air as a basic human right, and actually for the children. The UN Convention already supports the right of the child. What we have to do now is to implement this right in homes, in schools, and everywhere. Advocacy. At Apilaf, I was honored to work with Mr. Dikun Elvis here present on the International Day of Clean Air for Blue Sky, where we work with the Ministry of Public Health, the Ministry of Communication, and the Ministry of Transport on and we advocated for clean air in our country. The Global Asthma Report. I was honored and proud to participate in the Global Asthma Report, not just to share my story, but to make decision makers see that there are real people living with this crisis. Clean air is not a privilege, it's a right worth defending. So as I close, I don't stand here as a victim of asthma. I stand here as a survivor, a young woman who has changed her pain into purpose, a future doctor, a community voice, and a breath of change for children like me. Climate crisis is a health crisis, and the air, which is our most basic need, must never be what chokes us. Let's fight for clean air and protect children. Thank you.